In the last video, I blew your mind when I showed you that your income is not tied to your education, your experience, or your skills, but instead your income is tied to your value. And when you elevate your value, you increase your income. In this video, I'm going to show you the greater your brand, the greater your income. Many people feel like they just need to be a great worker. And if they work good and hard and great and they have a great product and deliver great results, that they will have a great income. But that's not always the case. If you want a great income, you should build a great brand. When most people think of brand, they think of big companies and logos and slogans. But I'm here to tell you that you have a brand. Everyone has a personal brand. Your personal brand is what people are saying about you once you leave the room. And if people aren't saying anything, then you still have a brand. It's just largely unknown. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to increase your brand. And when you increase your brand, you'll increase your value. When you increase your value, you'll increase your income. Growing up, I didn't care about what people thought of me. I wasn't a person that always wanted to make others happy. I don't care if my teacher was happy with my grade or not. I don't care if I got an ARC. A pass is a pass. If my mom wanted me to do something, I did the bare minimum. I didn't really care if it made her happy or not. I didn't care how other people perceived me or what they thought of me. I wasn't trying to fit in to the crowd or please anyone else. I really did not give a lot of thought into my personal brand. And this was all fine and dandy until I got into the workspace and I wanted to get increases and raises and I wanted my income to increase. But I realized that I had not been intentional about my branding. So when I wanted to start that business, when I wanted to sell that product, when I wanted to get that job or get that raise or get that promotion, then I had to lean back on my branding. That's when I realized that a personal brand is a lot more important than a lot of people know. And if we were more intentional about our personal brands, then we would be able to elevate our value and increase our income. Being intentional about your personal brand is not about playing politics. It's not even about trying to please people or trying to be someone that you're not. In fact, it's the complete opposite. When you are intentional about your brand, then you're able to shine and allow who you really are to be able to be seen. So I'm going to show you 4 ways that you can make your personal brand greater. The first way to make a great personal brand is to understand your identity. Your identity is who you actually are, who you think you are, and who you project yourself to be. Who you actually are is who you are at your core. Who you think you are is, just like you said, is who you think you are. And there shouldn't be any disconnect from who you actually are to who you think you are, but oftentimes there is. And then who you think you are can be different from who you project to be. When you've learned how to line up who you actually are with who you think you are to who you try to project to be, who you show others that you are, that's when you walk in authenticity. And when you walk in authenticity, people notice, they value you, and your brand grows greater. The second way to increase your personal brand is through perception. Your brand really is how people perceive you, and your income is based off of how you are perceived in the marketplace. If you feel like you're not getting paid what you're worth, well, then that means there's a disconnect from who you believe you are and how you are perceived by others. You're being compensated at the level of effectiveness that you are perceived. That is your value in the marketplace. If you want to increase your value in the marketplace, you want to increase your income, then you have to change how you are perceived. There are 5 levels of ways that people perceive you. It's people that don't know you at all. That's when you're going into a job interview and you're trying to get that job with someone who has never heard of you. That's when you're knocking on that door or picking up that phone and making that phone call or sending out an email to someone who never heard of you and you're trying to make that sale. That is the hardest thing to do, to work with people who know absolutely nothing about you. Then the next level is the people don't know you, but they're able to hear the testimony of those who do know you. So this means that they're able to see reviews on your website, or they're able to see comments that people made, or they're able to hear testimonies that people share on your website where they don't know you directly, but they hear others speaking well of you. Then a third level of perception is they know someone who knows you. So that's where they're able to pick up the phone and they're able to call that person and they're able to say, hey, tell me about this person. Now that person, how they respond can make you or break you in terms of whether you get that deal done or accomplish whatever you want to get accomplished. But that's another level of knowing. A deeper level of knowing is when people know of you. That's when they may have watched your content or read your book or seen you give a speech or seen you from a distance, where they don't know you personally, but they have already made a judgment about who you are and how you are based off of how they perceived you from their limited interactions that they had with you from a distance. And the fifth layer of knowing is that they actually know you. And this is the easiest space to get something done. When people know you, your character, your work ethic, and then you're trying to sell something or pitch something or get a job, then you're able to get that easily because you're not telling them something that they don't know. And so as you deepen your levels of perception, then what you do is you increase your brand visibility. Next, we have associations. Our brains go through shortcuts to help us discern about a person when we don't have a lot of information about them. So we have physical associations where we look at what a person drives, what they wear, how they talk, their clothes, their jewelry, their watches. We look at everything that is physically associated with a person to make judgments about them. And so you have to be intentional about what you're wearing and what you're associating with, because people make judgments about you and your character based off of the brands that you associate with. There are also social associations where people will look at your family, where did you come from, the neighborhood, the school you went to. So if they know something about your neighborhood, they'll feel like they know something about you. They know something about your family, they feel like they know something about you. They know something about what school you went to, they feel like they know something about you. And then you have professional associations, and these are the people you associate with professionally. This could be your education, this could be the school you went to, this is the job that you worked with, or the partners that you have, or even the professional mentors that you have. But in this realm, what happens is people are looking at that school, and what they think about that school is what they think about you, or what they think about your mentor is what they think about you. And so if you're really looking at increasing your income, what you can do is you can be intentional about your associations, about your associations that is connected with your career or with your occupation or with your profession. When you're intentional about that, then you can help elevate your value and increase your income. Then people are also looking at your character. Character is a big one. They're looking at, are you trustworthy? Are you reliable? And do you have empathy? Can they trust you? Can they trust what you're saying, what you're trying to sell, your data, your statistics, your numbers? Are you reliable, that even though you believe what you're saying is true and you have integrity, are you actually going to be able to accomplish what you're setting out to accomplish, or what it is that you want to do in a time frame that you're going to be able to do it in? Are you reliable? And then people are looking at, do you have empathy? Do you care about me? And when you put that together, when you're trustworthy, reliable, and you have empathy, then it will take you a long way. So when people are looking at what do you need to do to increase your personal brand, you need to understand your identity, be intentional about people's perception and how people perceive you. You need to be intentional about the associations that you make, and you need to make sure that you are a person of great character. And if you have those four, those are the foundation of building a great brand. If you enjoyed this video, then I want you to watch my next video, which is going to take you deeper into your identity and how you can understand how your identity will impact your income.